All right, I guess let's start with John Paul and start with this story itself too. When it comes down to, I guess this world you wanted to make, of course, aliens. You know, bounty hunters, the bad guy, and everything too. So, how did you want to make that almost an everyday story at the same time with being outer space too? You know.
Yes. Well, we live in the desert, and I feel like it's a perfect background story for like a desert girl. You know, her car broke, and she give a hitchhiker a hike. And it's just, I thought it was a lot of fun to have, the guy turn out to be an alien, you know, and she got to take him to the desert and drive to the desert with this beautiful background. And that was the inspiration of the idea for the movie.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Let's introduce each of the characters then. So, Olivia Hartley, correct?
Yeah.
Tell us about Hartley. Incorporate
Hartley?
kid coloring too, by the way.
Yeah. Hartley is our desert girl that JP talked about, and she's, been through it. She's kind of at that age where she's trying to figure out who she is and what she wants to do. And I think as a kid, she kind of resented being in this like small community. And now she's kind of coming home and realizing it's a really great, vibrant place to be. And like she meets an alien and he kind of gets her out of her like weird funk. So it's a super sweet like coming of age story.
Well, it also seems from the trailer we've seen there's a little bit of a snark there too.
Snarky? Yeah. She definitely is. I mean, I think desert girls and desert people have a little bite to them. They're earthy, right. And yeah, I mean, girl's been through it, and she's like a tough cookie. So yeah, she has a little bite to her.
Very cool. Let's go to AnnaMaria and talk about June.
June was gloom, I guess. And, she was a kid herself when she had a kid, and she didn't know how to be a mom. So she rebelled, gave her kids to her. I'm not going to tell this.
Don't ruin
Yeah, don't.
No spoilers.
But she was trying to find herself while raising a kid herself, So, but I think she came into herself, and she was trying to redeem herself and get a second chance. So,
Very cool. Michael, how about Frank?
Frank's an interesting guy. George Van Tessel built the Integratron. I don't know if people know about the Integratron. George Van Tessel was one of Howard Hughes' engineers, and he built the Integratron without any screws or nails. It's all, form-fitted together. Some people say it was designed to be a time machine. Some people say it was designed to be an interdimensional travel device. Frank's father helped George Van Tessel build the Integratron. I've been to the Integratron many times myself. So Frank is just sort of like steeped, born and bred into this desert culture of aliens and conspiracy. And, to him, it's not a conspiracy. He knew the aliens when he was a little boy. It's almost like, Sam is Frank's uncle, basically. Right. Yeah.
Well, in that sense too, I guess, without knowing the story too much, does Frank get more enchanted or more disenchanted with the truths he kind of finds along the way?
He becomes jaded and affected by his own, needs and, money and things like that, and influences and, threats,
It's tough out there.
It's tough. It's super tough out there.
For humans and aliens.
Absolutely. Yeah. But Frank comes around and sees the light, and again, Sam, our alien, is family, really, and I think there's so many aspects of the film that point to how important family is, and embracing family, and being, loyal to family, and holding those important things to your heart, and Frank has some trials and tribulations along the way, but he does come around in the end, and I'm very happy to have been able to, portray it.
Very cool. Christina, if you could, since Mike isn't here, can you tell us a little bit about when you all started, the idea of what you thought Mike was going to be, and then, was Sam. Yeah. So the idea of who Sam was going to be, but also what, how you kind of saw Mike kind of shape
Yeah, so Sam is our alien in the film, and he is a Venusian. So to jump into what Michael was saying also, if you look at the history of George Van Tassel and the Integratron and Giant Rock, he was visited by Venusians. So this is all based in the real story. And so Mike is Venusian, or Sam is Venusian, and so they are human presenting. And we did a big casting call for this film. And when Mike Manning's audition came through, we just knew immediately that we had found our Sam, because he presented such a sweet, innocent, and warm take on this alien. It's like not too robotic, not too strange, something that felt like from another world, but also so deeply human at the same time. And he just really brought like something that we knew audiences would warm up to, and played so nicely with Olivia as Hartley too.
We had an open cast, and we didn't know what to expect from Sam. And when we saw Mike, we were like, that's our Sam. It's the same thing when we saw Olivia Blue. We were like, that's Hartley here.
Yeah.
We just felt right, yeah.
So it does, when it comes to your shooting, of course, you start in the desert, and the desert can be darker than dark, but also somehow still so wide open at the same time too. So what was the look you wanted to kind of grab or kind of gravitate to from the beginning when it came to it?
Yeah, we always had that, when you're in the desert, we have so much open air, we always get the Western vibes. But we don't want to rely too much in filters, so we really want to capture what it really looks like being in the desert. And the time we were shooting was it was kind of cold at night. It was actually really cold at night. So we were trying to make the best.
Kinda cold. Yeah, it was kinda cold.
Yeah, and we shot a lot of nighttime, so was tough. We tried to keep everybody warm as much as we can.
They were very
We were
good.
taken care of,
Lots of
absolutely.
blankets.
But it was freaking cold.
Cuddling.
You never know. Like April in the desert can be hot, it can be cold.
yeah.
The 1 week we were, it was cold. The 1 week it was hot,
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we just felt like we just want to get the most the vibe was the 80s, 90s kind of like movie. So we really want to get that look to it. And with the deserts, anywhere you put the camera is beautiful. So it's like for us, we got very lucky with the background. The desert became a character in the movie just because anywhere you put the camera, it just looks amazing. And
Well, it's so funny too, especially for actors. When you get put into a location and shot, you're essentially trying to figure out, okay, I have the character, everything else, and then also what is happening here. Because if you're not from the forest or you're not from the desert, you're like, there's a lot of things here. Is there a snake? Is this what else? Is this cold? Why is this here? So how did you all kind of acclimate to desert world and lifestyle?
I mean, the energy out there is wild. It's true. Everything that they say about the vibrations, which I really love. I was very into that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it just helped us get into the world of it. Like, I don't know how you were, Anna, but when I was thinking about Hartley, I was like, what is her day-to-day life like? And I feel like it was a really nice way to be like conceived by that energy. And thrift shops.
Bargains galore.
Yeah, they were good
Seriously.
prices too. Not they were good
We
prices.
did a lot of shopping.
Yeah, we did.
There's something about the middle of nowhere where people are just like, I can't take it farther, I'm gonna leave it here. This is everything. Like, everything from the trunk goes here, and they can sell it. Let
Yeah.
them deal with it as well too. So.
Yeah.
I will say, safety was a paramount concern when we were shooting this. Like, we were shooting it in raw desert landscape, similar to what you would see in like a national park.
Right.
And so we would do like surveys of the area beforehand to make sure there weren't any bogus snakes or
Yeah.
things around, and we had,
There's somebody with high boots kicking rocks somewhere.
yes, we dressed our characters accordingly.
There
yeah,
was
yeah.
actually somebody walking the perimeter of the road like, snake, snake.
Yes, it was just honestly when we got through the whole thing and everybody, there was no like major. We had to call a few tow trucks because cars got literally stuck in the
3 or 4
sand.
times.
Three times I think we had to call a tow truck. But I was like, if that's the worst thing that happens on our shoot, like that's fine by me.
Well, I learned how to put a snake in a bucket. I never got to put a snake in a bucket. I just know how to now. So,
Was
you're a
this
snake. I know how to deal with you.
Was this like in real life, or is this like someone who watches a YouTube video goes, I can do that? I mean, what level of are you talking here?
I mean, I think people in the desert know, they're aware of their surroundings. Just like if you were in a jungle, you're aware that there's animals around, right?
Right.
So okay, there's snakes here, so I'm gonna,
She prepped.
yeah.
Well, you don't kill them. I mean, this is
don't
the
kill
thing.
them.
Like
No,
people
no,
in the
no.
desert are
Coexist, yeah.
are very serious about this. They get very upset if they hear like you killed a rattlesnake. They think they have a right to
That's
be
right.
very.
Yeah, yeah.
Coexist with them.
I'm-
It's their land too.
Yeah. I've lived in Los Angeles for almost 30 years, and I've been out to Joshua Tree and the desert many, many times, and it was such a joy to be able to work in that environment that I was familiar with. And again, like, I think the first time I went to Joshua Tree National Park, I sort of like, hiked out a bit and then turned to my friends like, I have to go climb those rocks. Forgive me, I must climb those rocks. And I just scampered up the rocks and got as high as I could, and it's so beautiful and otherworldly, and it puts you in this mindset and this physical space of just being somewhere else, even though it's like a 2-hour drive from LA.
And I feel like if you respect the land, it like takes care of you. I felt like we were very taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm very sensitive, so I pick up on like space, like I don't know, energies even. And the first time I went to Joshua Tree, it wasn't with this movie. I had a really bad experience, and I was afraid to go back ever again. I never told anybody this, but like, I was really afraid, and I've gotten offers to do projects in Joshua Tree, and I've been like, this doesn't feel right. And people are like, "Are you dumb? Kind of It's Joshua Tree."
You're not dumb.
And but when this project came along, I was like, this feels right. It felt right, and it felt like I was surrounded by the right people, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a second chance.
It's funny, if you go to the desert, you see like these really crazy characters there. It's just how the people are there. And it's funny, like with them, like when first they're shooting, the way they are casting, put them together, they just look like a bunch of weirdos from the desert. And it was great, it's just like, these guys know everything. Like they're from the desert. It was right on. It felt like right home,
Well, actually, on that, you'll see when you see the movie. Hopefully, you see the film. You'll notice that Michael, aka Frank, is missing his 2 front teeth. And that's because in real life, he actually is missing two front teeth.
My 2 front teeth are fake. I got implants, but I spent a year plus without any 2 front teeth. And
I was like, don't put them in
don't
before
fix
the
them.
movie.
And I had a plate and everything
And then
that I could
Christmas
wear.
came
and-
along.
yeah.
All you wanted was
All
two
I wanted
front teeth.
was my 2 front teeth. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to everyone watching this. It looks so fun. And then just from the trailer, it looks like Hartley and Sam have a great little relationship too. So looking forward to seeing how that works out, and also how him as Venetian still kind of grounds us along the way too. So if you could show us all your artwork and see how we look forward to it.
Masterpiece, really missed my college.
That's how far I got.
Like you see, the eyes here too.
Ooh, really? This is what it really like.
So what is it?
This is like a realism project.
That looks really nice.
That's very nice.
Grounded,
I love the eyes
very
on the
grounded.
mirror.
Yours.
I love the
So
forehead.
grounded.
Look at the forehead eye, yeah.
Third eye.
Third eye.
And then we go, huh? I'm gonna get
I'm all about skin tones. I like to get the good skin tones, but that's fantastic.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.